Welcome back to Musician Live. Today is a special day. We have a guest over. Before we continue, my name is Daniel Chulu, aka D-Bass. I know you guys probably know me by now. I've done a couple of videos. Um, Today we have a guest over, my friend, brother, Mr. Joseph Banda, aka Josh, the drummer. So he's we're gonna be talking about locking in terms of drum and bass musically. But before we continue, remember to subscribe to the YouTube page, like all musician live pages. That's Facebook and Instagram, and also like and share the videos. As we promised, we'll continue to give you guys content and also answer your questions. But let's go back to our guest, Mr. Josh. Just tell us just a bit about yourself and drums in the next 30 seconds or something.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, as Daniel has introduced me, I'm Josh. I'm a drummer. I've been playing drums now, I think, for 18 years. I started playing drums in my father's church, still a small boy. By that time, we didn't even have live drums. I think I was playing the drums on the keyboards. I don't know if you guys know that setup where you have to split your keyboard into two and then you play drums on
Yeah.
the side. So yeah, that's why I started playing drums, and then from there I moved to playing with other people, different artists, churches. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a good journey actually.
Okay, guys, like Josh has said, he's been playing for pretty long. I first met him when we were back in Zambia. We met at a competition called the Crossroads. I was playing for a different band. He was in a different band, and then we ended up, linking up and eventually becoming brothers. Cause then we played together for now I think should be 11, 12 years.
It's been long.
Yeah, we did a couple of artists even here in Swaziland that include maybe just to mention a few. We began with Boloja, Floi, um,
Amanda Moore.
Amanda Moore, Symphony, and it's a lot of artists we can't even
Guys.
like. Yeah, it's a lot. So, talking about locking in, um, what would you say your perspective is as a drummer in terms of locking in with a bass player? What do you think? What is the secret? What is um the blueprint for locking in with a bass player?
Wow, guys, that's like one of the most important questions you can get as a musician, more especially as a drummer and the bass player. I think when it comes to locking in, it has to do with just listening. You can't be playing like you are alone in the house. You're not hearing what other people are doing in the band setup. More especially when you're a drummer. Excuse guys. You're supposed to be listening to your bass player, what the bass player is doing, and what you are playing, and what other instruments are playing. Because how can I put this? It's like you can't say there's a secret for locking in because you all know what your other friend is thinking about or your best player is thinking about. You can just start a groove. So you need to listen to what your bass player is doing and then come up with ideas that correspond with what is doing the notes,
Mm.
the backbeat. Maybe if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, so
Mm.
you can go your 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's how you come up with grooves and locking in with the bass. It's just about listening to your fellow
Mm.
bandmates and your bass player.
Mm. Okay, no, thank you so much for that answer. He said something very important is locking in sometimes, is not necessarily it because when people say locking they normally think you're hitting the exact notes. There's actually a sequence of locking in which first of all the basic of locking in is obviously drum and bass together, bass drum mostly and bass together, and then once you've had that blueprint down, then you can freely explore, but whilst locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will get to expand more on this as we go on. But we just wanted to just like start it today in terms of the basics of locking in with bass and drum, especially in church and like you see, this is where we learn how to play gospel. It's very important in church for the bass and drum to lock in. That's what they call, mostly that's the definition of a tight band.
Yeah.
It's the foundation of the definition of a tight band is when the bass and drama
Drums.
are locked in. It's easy for the other melodic instruments to just sit on top. So you have to be intentional as you're starting to try and find time with your drummer at church and just lock in as much as possible. Locking in. We used to have what we call locking in sessions, where you just go and you play a groove just for like 10 minutes and just see how you
Yeah.
sink in for
Sinking.
for years until it's easy for you. You're not even thinking when it comes to locking in. Yeah. Okay. No. Thank you so much, Josh, for this time.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you, Daniel.
we'll keep having him next time. He's gonna have a whole drum kit set up, and he's gonna do a cover, and you're gonna see the power of Mr. Josh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait for that time.
Yeah. No, guys, thank you. As I said at the beginning, remember, subscribe to Musician Live, follow all our pages, and like, comment, share, so we all grow together. Musician Live is the home for musicians. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.